I make big boss moves, any obstacle I'm through. They be hating and it's true, gripping problems so it's cool. I make big boss moves, any obstacle I'm through. They be hating and it's true, there'll be problems but it's cool. I make big boss moves, any obstacle I'm through. They be hating and it's true, there'll be problems but it's cool. Problems, but it's cool. Anytime they wanna come at me, I'll take them back to school. Anytime they wanna run at me, a ninja ain't no tool. Anyone that has a problem can go back and get a clue. Anyone that has a target on their face before I'm through. An assassin on the mic and then I never miss my cue. Straight up ninja, it's a battle when I really see the view. Keep it on the grind and we doing something new. I make big boss moves, any obstacle I'm through. They be hating and it's true, there be problems but it's cool. I make big boss moves, any obstacle I'm through. They be hating and it's true, there be problems but it's cool. I make big boss moves, any obstacle I'm through. They be hating and it's true, there be problems but it's cool. Power moves, make boss moves.
Yeah.
We got another one. Ninja Hits Podcast.
What's up, brother?
What's up? What's up?
Well,
You
not
doing,
much.
Christian?
Just hanging out on the Sabbath, enjoying the sun, and out here in Oregon.
Yeah.
About to do another Bible study with everybody.
Nice. Let's get into it.
So last podcast we talked about how our Bibles have been mistranslated. We talked about how Baal has been inserted into the Bible under the title Lord, and how everybody is being deceived. And I was in that group at one point, and I was given this book by Divine Intervention to speak this message to people who want to listen and who really want to study this stuff out. We also learned that the Statue of Liberty is the Statue of Lucifer. You know, you have brought that up. On the screen. For those who weren't there for the first part of this sermon series, go back to Realist TV and look up America Has Fallen Part 1 and watch that, because that was a really impactful and really revealing podcast episode. And our mouths were dropped at the end of it, like, how could this happen? So we're gonna start off today by going back into it. I'm gonna just read a little bit, and then we're gonna go to the scriptures. If you have a Bible, be sure to open it up, follow along. We're gonna read the scriptures together. It's probably gonna be a part 3 and part 4 of this because it's a really big chapter called the Jeramiah warning. It's just the introduction of this book called America Has Fallen, and let's get into it. So Satan is the god of Mammon, who was allowed to have control over the world's resources temporarily to transform this nation into his kingdom, but Satan doesn't own these resources that Americans enjoy daily. Yahuwah does. So we're going to go to Psalms 24:1.
Where is it?
Psalms 24:1.
Psalms 24:1. I'm there.
All right, go ahead. I'm going to let you read it, and I'll get the next one.
All right. Psalms 24:1. The earth is the Lord's and all its fullness, the world and those who dwell therein.
So the entire world, what it should say in the Old Testament, in the actual script, is Yahuwah. So the entire world, wherever you see Lord, that's what it should say. I'm just going to say that and clarify because we're reading out of a Bible that translation. But in the original script, it says Yahuwah. So he owns everything on this planet. Satan doesn't own anything. So I just want to have us keep that in mind as we go throughout our day. And we, enjoy resources, food in our stomach, clothes on our back. Like, he owns it all. The animals that made it, So, let's go to Revelation 18:2.
All right.
So Revelation 18:2. This is a description of our country, hidden in prophecy under the name New Babylon. And I'll read it. It goes, and he cried with a mighty voice, saying, Babel, the great is fallen, and has become a dwelling place of demons, a haunt for every unclean ruach person, and a haunt for every unclean and hated bird, because all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her whoring, and the sovereigns, the people and power of the earth, have committed whoring with her, and the merchants of the earth have become rich through the power of her riotous living. So it calls this nation a nation of demons. See, so we discovered on our money, Satan is God of Mammon. So we discovered in God we trust, and God is a title for Lucifer. We discovered that on the last podcast. So when we see that on our money, it makes sense, because if this is the dwelling place where the demons dwell, it only makes sense that the chief of demons is on the money, because he's the God of the mammon, right? So that
Yeah.
God is short for Godriel. In the book of Enoch, it describes who he is. So if you ever have a chance to read the book of Enoch, go get that book and read it. It'll describe all the different fallen ones. It'll describe their actual names. Um, and Godriel is the one who deceived Eve in the garden. We all know that was Satan. That was Lucifer that deceived Eve in the garden and caused the downfall of mankind. So he's the original one who deceived everyone. So it's literally on our money of what kingdom we belong to and what we're living in, right there hidden in symbols. The all-seeing eye, all the Illuminati symbols. That's
Mm-hmm.
all right there, and we hold it every day. So in 2 Corinthians 4:4, we're going to go back there. We just to read it for context sake. It describes who this God we trust is right there in the text.
2 Corinthians 4:4.
Yep.
I got it. I'm quick with it.
Yeah, you are, man.
4:4. Whose minds the God of this age has blinded, who do not believe, lest the light of the gospel of the glory of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine on them.
So the God of this age, see that? See, in God we trust. Just because you uppercase it, don't mean it's not the same title. And
Mm-hmm.
what does he do? He blinds people's minds from the truth. So that's one of his functions is to deceive minds through false teachings, false doctrines, false everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a systematic dismantling of the nations of the West is a cosmic dethroning of the demonic gods that are stealing the worship of creation from Yahuwah, showing them to be nothing but imitations that cannot compare to the real King of the nations. Now we're going to learn who the real King of the nations is in Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. And I'll read that one.
I got it too.
Dang, man, you're quick.
Ready when you are.
All right. This matter is by the decree of the watchers. There's the term that's in the book of Enoch, the watchers. That's why I know that book should be in this Bible, because it references the watchers. And there's no other description in the Bible that we have other than the book of Enoch that tells you who the watchers are.
Yeah.
And the command by the word of the set apart one, so that the living know that the Most High, Yahuwah, is the ruler over the reins of men and gives it to whomever he wishes and sets over it the lowest of the men. So it's in Yah's control who is sovereign on the earth. Nebuchadnezzar, he was a pagan king, but he was put in power by Yahuwah. And when he didn't give Yahuwah the praise that was due to him, he became like an animal, and he ate for 7 years in the field with the mind of a beast, and he began to eat like a beast. And he lost his throne and everything because he thought he got his power and his role in the kingdom of men by his own strength. And it's only because Yahuwah puts people in power, because he's ultimately in control of the fate of the nations. So Ephesians 6:12, we're going to learn how we don't battle on this planet against human beings. Human beings are nothing but pawns on a chessboard of a cosmic battle between good and evil. That's Ephesians 6:12. And it was also in my song War Ready. We played last time.
Yeah.
It's a war out here.
Yeah. Fighting all these demons when they all disappear.
Yeah. It's my anthem song, bro.
Yeah. Can you send that to me again?
Yeah, I'll send it when we get off of here. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. Hold up.
All right. You had it in your stuff.
I know I had to delete some of them so we could do these shows.
Yeah.
These podcasts. Yeah. We got a lot of people watching this right now. That was dope.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's really dope.
He'll pull the people that need to hear this message, the people that are confused about religion and the Bible and how it all plays out, and how, if there's a creator, and, if he exists, he does. He very much exists, and he does speak. And he speaks to people all the time in different ways. Sometimes it'll be through this podcast, how he'll talk directly to you, telling you why you feel the way you feel about organized religion. There's a reason you feel that way. And me and Ninja both have come out of organized religion. We've been called out of it because of what we're studying.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We both have actually almost the same experience too.
Yeah.
Literally the same experience. Like hearing his voice in the empty jail cell. That was me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And he does that a lot. He speaks a lot to people when they go to incarceration. Sometimes he'll put his children to protect them from this evil world. He'll put them in a timeout in a cell.
I was just open the Bible and read it said Peter and John arrested. That's wild. Like you was just saying that. Like he'll put us in a position where we're like, even though we're innocent, that we were arrested.
Yeah.
To probably get us a new direction.
Yeah, and that's why they call it the Department of Correction. Yeah. The Department of Course Correction.
Right.
And if you want to read that, Ninja, Ephesians 6:12, I'll have you read that.
Ephesians 6:12?
Yep.
I'm not even there yet. Hold on. I'm kind of cheating a little bit because some of these still have, like, in this old Bible here, it's got like the tabs on it.
Yeah.
So the tabs that show which book where the book is.
Yeah.
Ephesians what again?
Ephesians 6:12.
What? What 12?
6:12.
Ephesians 6:12. It says, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in high places."
Rulers of darkness in this present age. There is a hierarchy of demons that sit above in the spirit realm, that sit on high places. They control politics. They control religions. They control every aspect of our lives unseen. And you can't understand your life unless you understand this principle. Why do certain things happen to you? Sometimes you'll get attacked by somebody for no reason. It's not them that you're getting attacked by. It's the spirit behind them that doesn't like you because of who you belong to. Or you'll get, opportunities slammed in your face, and doors that you wanted to open will shut in your face because we have gatekeepers that are demons that know who you belong to and don't want you in their area, don't want you in their circle. So all those times you did drugs, all those times you partied, that all had to do with a demon coming and saying, here's some alcohol, here's some weed, here's some pills, here's some meth, here's some, get high, escape your life. Like, because that's what demons want. They want you to destroy yourself and never become who you were truly meant to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So the prophetic books of the Bible are directly pointing from the past to our current present to wake us all up to the spiritual atmosphere hovering above the nations in the heavenly dimension. The prophets can see in the Ruach. Now, prophets, we talked about the other day when we did the first podcast. Prophets are people who are chosen by Yah. They didn't choose the calling chose them. They were spoken to by Yah, by the voice of Yah. They were commissioned to go forth and speak a message that came from the lips of Yah. And that message is going to be judgment, correction, encouragement. This is the function of a prophet. But you have to be able to discern the spiritual atmosphere and where Yah's moving everything and where the demons are moving everything. And in order to see, you have to be able to see through the eyes of the spirit in order to see where reality's heading. Because we're all heading somewhere. There's an end to our story as humanity. There's an end. There's a beginning and then there's an end. And Yahuwah is above everything. And he's moving every agenda of man to a final climax. So to know where we're at on that spectrum is very important on how you conduct your life. So Ephesians 2:6. Go ahead and go there.
Ephesians 2:6. I wish I would have stayed at Ephesians. Because I was already there. Right here. 2:6 is, and it starts as, and raised us up together and made us sit together in the heavenly places in Christ Jesus.
In Yahusha.
Yahuwah. Yeah, yours says it's different.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you become born again of the Spirit, supernaturally empowered by the Spirit of the Ruach, which is Yah's Spirit, his very essence, when that gets planted inside of you, your spirit is now sitting in the heavenly places. Where do we learn that we battle against spiritual forces in unseen realms? So your spirit is
Speaking of that, I got your song ready.
Yeah.
More ready?
Yeah. So we are gonna literally battle against things that we can't see. And the only way you see it is if you're born again, if you're spirit filled, if you call upon the name of Yah and ask him for his spirit. He will seat you in a spiritual place while you're physically on the earth. That means you can move through two different realms at the same time, simultaneously. You could see things happening around you other people can't see. You can hear things that other people can't hear. And then psychologists call you crazy when you tell them that you could do these things. They call you schizophrenic, They say you got a diagnosis, you're bipolar. No, you're just gifted, and your gifts are manifesting. That's all it is. And they want to suppress that. They don't want you to step into that, because if you do, you become powerful. And if you understand that you have spiritual abilities dwelling within you that are activated when the Spirit enters you, then you'll be able to move forward in that calling and move forward in your purpose. See, Satan don't want you to ever discover that. He wants you to think that you're some fleshly person sitting on an earth spinning ball with no purpose ever. Just to go to a 9-to-5 job, live, eat, and die. Like, that's all it is. But that's not all it is. We're here for a mission and a purpose as an individual. Mine is specifically tailored towards me, and Ninja has a different calling than I do. But all of us need each other, and we all need to understand.
Yep.
going to move those who love the world's prosperous system to hate and anger and denial, but the ones who truly want to hold on. Those who truly want to know the mighty one of the Bible and the knowledge of his prophecies that are found in his book will be like a breath of fresh air or water in a dry desert that will prepare you to face the events with the assurance that Yahuwah is with his people, walking with us through difficult times that this book is about to reveal. Isaiah 35, verse 4.
Isaiah 35, verse 4.
Yep.
Okay. I'm there.
Go ahead. I'm going to let you.
All right. Isaiah 35, verse 4. Say to those who are fearful hearted, be strong, do not fear. Behold, your God will come with vengeance. With the recompense of God, he will come and save you. And of course, yours says Yahuwah instead of
God.
Yeah.
And then let's go to Isaiah 43, verse 1 through 12.
Isaiah 43.
Yep. 1 through 12.
And I'm just going to say Yahuwah anytime it says that.
Yeah, and I will tell everybody who's watching this podcast.
You want me to read all that?
Yeah.
All right. But now thus says Yahuwah, who created you, O Jacob, and he who formed you, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flame scorch you. For I am Yahuwah, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. I gave Egypt for your ransom, Ethiopia and Seba in your place. Since you were precious in my sight, you have been honored, and I have loved you. Therefore, I will give men for you and people for your life.
Bro, you're gonna have to restart that whole thing because the enemy literally attacked our podcast and made both of our screens go black.
Oh wow!
While you were reading, bro, it went completely black.
Why don't you read it? Can you read it?
Okay, I'll read it. Isaiah 43, 1 through 12 says, "But now, thus says Yahuwah, your creator."
Oh, you're cutting in and out now. He totally cut out. I guess I'm going to read it. I'm just going to read it the normal way, what mine says. Are you there, Christian? Hold on. Let me take him off the stage and put him back on here. Are you there? You got your mic muted.
Yeah, the enemy does not want me to read this to you guys.
It was like as soon as you started.
Bro. All right, do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name, and you are mine. When you pass through the waters, I am with you, and through rivers, they do not overflow you. When you walk through fire, you are not scorched, and the flame will not burn you. For I am Yahuwah, your Elohim, the Kodesh one of Israel, your deliverer. I gave Egypt for your ransom. Since you were precious in my eyes, and you have been esteemed, I have loved you, and I have given men in your place and people for your life. Do not fear, for I am with you. I shall bring your seed from the east and gather you from the west. He's speaking directly to people who live in the west. He will gather us from the west. I shall say to the north, give them up. I shall say to the south, do not keep them back. Bring my sons from afar and my daughters from the ends of the earth. All those who are called by my name, whom I have formed and made for my esteem. So it's going to keep going. He shall bring out blind people who have eyes and deaf ones who have ears. All the nations shall be assembled, and the people be gathered. Who among them declares this and show us former events? Let them give their witnesses to be declared right, and let them hear and say it is truth. You are my witnesses, declares Yahuwah, and my servant whom I have chosen, so that you know and believe me and understand that I am he. Before me there is no Elohim formed, nor will there be after me. I am Yahuwah, and besides me there is no deliverer. Wait a second. I thought Jesus was the deliverer. He's literally saying Yahusha. Yahusha in Hebrew is Yahuwah in the flesh. He's saying here in Isaiah, thousands of years before the Messiah walked the earth, there is no other deliverer. There is no other creator. There is no other God. He is the one. And he calls us by his name, bro. Isn't that cool? He calls us by his name.
Oh.
And then he knows us, and he says that even the fire and the water and whatever trials we face will never harm us. Because he's with us, walking through it, no matter what we face, in the coming days. So I want people to hold on to that while we go through these dark chapters of this book, because it's going to get pretty dark. But
he never puts more on us than we can handle.
No.
He's always preparing us for the next thing.
Yeah, so Yahuwah's name will be made mighty in the west, like it was in the Egypt in ancient times. So this is in Isaiah 59:19.
Isaiah 59:19.
Yeah,
there.
And before we read this, we have to understand that Isaiah the prophet who wrote this, there was no west. When he wrote this, there was no western hemisphere. So he's literally talking about our present day right now, while the west is in existence. But back then there was no west. So when he says what he says here, he's literally talking about a country that didn't even exist yet.
Wow.
So Isaiah 59:19.
So they shall fear Yahuwah from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When an enemy comes in like a flood, Yahuwah will lift up a standard against him.
Wow, bro. He tells people in the west, like us, bro, we will fear the name Yahuwah. And he will drive Satan away from us, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So we learn we're living in a demon-filled country. We learn that Satan is the god of this age. We learn that we are coming out of deception because his spirit is driving people, a little tiny group, out of that deception. And he is bringing us to understand his real name. And he's bringing it to esteem. And we're living in this prophecy right now, bro. That's why this podcast is here.
Yeah.
You know? America and the United Nations is a revived Roman Empire in the West. Okay, we got Rome in the East, but we're Rome in the West.
Yeah. Yep, you're absolutely correct. You frozen again?
See?
I had to take you off the stage and bring you back. Yeah, well, I took you off the stage and brought you back on, and that works.
Okay, yeah, because see, the enemy. We talk about this every time we go live. I've seen all of our lives, but when we start talking about the Bible, bro, it's like the airwaves go nuts.
Today was crazy. We literally had like the numbers just kept rolling up at the beginning. And you're frozen again. Are you there?
There I go. Man,
There you go. You want to play your song?
this is nuts, bro.
You want to play your song? Do we have time?
All right.
Or do we don't have time, do we? Because we got to go through the rest of this, don't we?
Bring us back.
Are you there, Christian? Can you hear me? This dude.
What the hell, bro? Hey,
Hey.
our error is messing with us right now.
We are Aaron took control, didn't he?
Yeah.
We're hacking the program.
Nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's hacking the program.
Yeah. All right. So, we're gonna go to Revelation 13, 3 through 4.
Revelation 13.
Yep, 3 through 4.
Got you. I'm there. Should I read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Revelation 13, 3 through 4. And I saw one of his heads as if it had been mortally wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world marveled and followed the beast. So they worshipped the dragon who gave authority to the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, "Who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with him?"
Okay, for context sake, Rome fell. Rome, the old Rome of old, fell, and then the Roman Empire just recently has been revived in the West, and so it suffered a wound, and that wound was healed, and then it waged war during which is right.
Now, hold on. Now you're gonna have to start over. Hold on. You're gonna have to start over because you're cutting in and out a lot. Hold on. Let me remove you off the stage again. You were super cutting in and out that time. You there? It's so much better to do this on a PC.
During the Crusades, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're kind of cutting in and out, though. Well, you're cutting out a lot now. Yo, Christian. I can't finish this podcast without you, bro, because I don't know these scriptures you're reading. I'm going to read some scriptures. I'm going to read the scripture that I opened up to. It's insane. I opened up to this. Peter and John arrested. Now, as they spoke to the people, the priest, the captain of the temple, and the Sadducees came upon them, being greatly disturbed that they taught the people and preached it in Jesus, the resurrection from the dead. And they laid hands on them and put them in custody until the next day, for it was already evening. However, many of those who heard the word believed, and the number of the men came to be about 5,000. Oh, there he is.
I'm back. There we go.
Back.
Can you hear me now?
Clear? I can hear you clearly now.
All right. So yeah. So the beast system is the Roman system, and we have talked before that in America we are under a Roman tax system. We're under a Roman Greek mythology system of Greek gods, Zeus, all the gods that the ancient Rome worshipped. The days of the week are patterned after Roman deities. The months are patterned after Roman deities. So when we think about Rome in the West, we don't think we're Roman soldiers. We don't think we're Romans, but we are, because everything is Roman. Like all the roads lead back to Rome. Rome is 666 in the Bible. The first emperor and pope of Rome and Jamerta. If you look up Romulus, it breaks down into 666. That is the name of the man who started all of this. Rome was Romulus was the first pope and emperor of Rome. You want to look that up? Can we bring that up onto the screen so people can we can verify what I'm saying?
You said Romulus?
Romulus, the first emperor and pope of Rome.
First king of Rome, Romulus. Yeah, and I can what I can do is I can screen share.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll screen share. Let me see if you can see this. Hold on. Can you see this?
I can't see it, no.
Romulus is the first king of Rome. Oh, hold on. Maybe I gotta add it to the StreamYard. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta add it to the StreamYard. You see this now? This is Wikipedia. Yes. Yeah, this is Wikipedia. Actually, it's kind of this is AI summary at the top. But Romulus is a legendary figure in Roman mythology, credited with founding Rome in 753 BC. He is said to have been raised by a she-wolf, along with his twin brother Remus. Okay, the story includes a famous tale of Romulus killing Remus over a dispute about the city's location. Romulus established the Roman Senate and created the first legions, laying the groundwork for Roman governance and military. He is often associated with the establishment of various religious and cultural practices in early Rome. Romulus's reign is marked by the abduction of the Sabine women to secure wives for his followers.
Ain't that interesting? He's the one who started the Crusades. The Crusades of killing millions of people because they wouldn't bow before the cross over in the Western Hemisphere. So this man, he is the founder of the system of Rome, like literally. So let's go to Daniel 7:23 through 27.
You said Daniel 23?
Yep, 7.
Oh, Daniel
Chapter 7? 20, yep, 23 through 27.
Okay. You want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Daniel chapter 7, 23
23.
to 27.
Yep.
Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be a fourth kingdom on earth, which shall be different from all other kingdoms. It is talking about the beast being like a kingdom. That's crazy.
Yep.
So, yeah, it says, the fourth beast shall be a fourth kingdom on earth, which shall be different from all other kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, trample it, and break it into pieces. The 10 horns are 10 kings.
Rome.
Huh?
What that's talking about is Rome. And then Rome is said to be the final beast kingdom on the earth, but then it goes into 10 kings that come out of Rome and form the United Nations in America.
Wow. Okay, shall I go?
You can finish reading.
Okay, the 10 horns are 10 kings who shall arise from this kingdom, and another shall arise after them. He shall be different from the first ones. He shall subdue 3 kings. He shall speak pompous words against the Most High, shall persecute the saints of the Most High, and shall intend to change times and law, the saints shall be given into his hand for a time and times and a half a time. But the court shall be seated, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it forever. Then the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdoms of the whole heaven shall be given to the people and the saints of the Most High. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him.
Okay, so Rome is the last kingdom. It's called the beast. In Revelation, it's called the beast in Revelation chapter 13. We learn that in Revelation chapter 13, it will martyr people for not worshiping their false ideology. Like literally, you'll die. Crusades came from Rome. Now, if you look up Constantine the Great, look him up. Constantine the Great is the man who changed times and seasons. He introduced the Gregorian calendar that we are under right now. He also changed the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday. He changed the eternal laws, made all these Christians come to worship on Sunday instead of Sabbath.
Okay, let's add this to stage then. Let me see if you can see this. Is this what you're talking about here? No, that's still Romulus.
No, that's Romulus and Remus. Yep.
Yeah, let me reshare this. Hold on. Share screen. Constantine the Great. To understand the significance of Constantine the Great, consider these key points. First Roman emperor to convert. You're not seeing it, are you? Let me put it up here. Okay. Now I'll start over reading it. To understand the significance of Constantine the Great, consider these key points. First Roman emperor to convert to Christianity, significantly influencing the religion's spread. Founded the city of Constantinople, which became a major cultural and political center. Issued the Edict of Milan in 313 AD, granting religious tolerance to Christians. Reformed the Roman currency and administrative structure, stabilizing the empire. Played a crucial role in the Council of Nicaea, shaping early Christian doctrine. His reign marked a transition from the Roman Empire's pagan roots to a Christian state.
See, Constantine was a pagan. He was a sun worshiper. He pretended to be a Christian. He was a Roman emperor, and he converted the entire culture into Christianity because he was the one who created Christianity. So Christianity is actually a product of Rome. It's a pagan system renamed. So the Council of Nicaea is where the priests came together and decided what books would enter into our canon Bible and what names would be there. Constantine played a huge role in that decision at the Council of Nicaea. Now, the Council of Nicaea is in Psalms chapter 2, verse 1 through 2. It actually prophesied it 3,000 years before there was ever a council of men. And what they would do at that council is described in that verse.
Psalms chapter 2?
Yep, 1 through 2.
Did y'all read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Psalms chapter 2, 1 through 2. Why do the nations rage and the people plot a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahuwah and saying his anointed.
What? Thousands of years before the Council of Nicaea, bro. The kings gathered. King Constantine, King Romulus gathered together to stand against Yahuwah and his anointed one, Yahusha. Which
and
they
it was saying it right there hundreds of years before.
Yeah. Yep. And it says they plot a vain thing. It's like they plotted by Satan moving them. Remember in Ephesians 6:12, we don't battle against flesh and blood. So this specific instance, this flesh and blood was under the influence of demonic forces. So when we here in America, we don't understand the history of America. We don't understand how America came to be a country in 500 years. We've been around for 500 years, right? The European continent was established by the Catholics, the Catholic Protestants, who supposedly in history fled the Roman Catholic Church and formed Protestantism out here in the West. Okay? But when they came here, they started killing and slaughtering Native Americans that refused the white man religion, that refused to bow before the image of the beast, which was the cross. Now, ironically, the man who was responsible for inserting a pagan symbol for Baal, which is what the cross represents, is the symbol of Baal, is look up the cross vision to Constantine and pull that up.
It's called the what?
It's called the vision of Constantine seeing a cross in the sky.
Okay. Let's see if I can screen share this so everybody can see it again.
I can't see comments. Is anybody commenting?
I don't know. I have not been sharing the comments. Yeah, there are some people commenting. And what I'll do is yeah, let's see. There's a bunch of people that commented. Chad Sorrow says, "What's up?"
Okay. What's up, chat? Or Chaz?
Babacar Stars says, "How's everybody doing?" Chaz said, "I thought we was talking music." Hey, Ninja. Yeah. Steve Kenshin says, "How's it going, brothers?" Charity Fisher said, "Hey, just stopped by to say hi." Brandy Opal, yeah, Christians keep freezing. No way I saw it and I heard it the first time. I can't hear anything now. Can't hear anything. He froze again. They were talking about when you were freezing.
Oh, yeah.
Brandy Opal says Satan does not want this message to get out.
By the way, Brandy Opal's my woman.
Okay. Brandy Opal does not want to get this message to get out. She's backing you all the way then. Yeah. Pamela Mill says Yahweh, is that the word you're using? Yahweh is the name of God. Are you using a different name?
No, Pamela, Yahweh, just so I can explain this, Yahweh is Babylonian Hebrew. There's three types of Hebrew. There's Paleo Hebrew, which is older than Babylonian Hebrew. When the Israelites went into Babylonian captivity, they became engulfed with the pagan society that they were surrounded by, and it was a watered-down version of the language of Hebrew. Now there's modern-day Hebrew, which modern day is even more watered down. So if you want to get to the original language in Genesis and the original language that Yah speaks, you want to go to Paleo Hebrew. Paleo Hebrew is the original language. So Yahuwah is breath. So when you say Yahuwah, when you breathe, that's what you're saying. There is no W in the Hebrew language. It's a U. So YHUH is the actual tetragrammaton for the Creator's name. So that's why a lot of people say Yahweh, because that's what they've been taught, and it's modern. It's Babylonian Hebrew, and a lot of the Bible translations have Babylonian Hebrew. When you look for a Hebrew Bible, you'll find most of them are Babylonian Hebrew transcripts. But if you want to get a Bible, that sacred name Bible that's attached to the ancient text, the original written scripts that were found at the Dead Sea Scrolls that were interpreted into a Bible that I have, it's called TorahZone.net, and it's called the Nazarene Bible.
You said TorahZone.net?
Yes.
Is it all one word? No spaces?
Yeah. Yep.
TorahZone.net. I'm gonna put this up here. So TorahZone.net. Check that out.
All right,
And
let's get
I'm
back
gonna read
to
this. Yeah, I'm gonna read this. It says, to understand the significance of Constantine the Great's vision of the cross, consider these key points. Constantine experienced the vision before the Battle of Milvian Bridge in 302 AD. He saw a cross of light in the sky with the words, "And this sign conquered." The vision inspired him to convert
now.
Christianity. Is that right?
Yes. So listen, yeah, listen to what it said. It says, "By this image you will conquer." What do we read in Revelation 13? It says they will conquer the people of Yah. What do we read in Revelation 7?
Mm-hmm.
The beast will conquer the saints. So by the image of the cross, which is what was promoted when they came over here in America and told people to bow before this image or die, this image it belongs to Baal. It is not an image that is Christian in origin. It's older than Christianity, and it was supposedly angels that gave this image to Constantine. It was fallen angels that gave this image to Constantine, who then later put it on the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar who had it on their freaking their suits before they went in for the Catholic Church and slaughtered people, which is what happened over here in the West. So it's ironic that every church you see in America has that image all over it. And what is it doing? Rome is conquering you through that image. And what is Rome? The seat of the devil. So the devil is conquering you through that image, and that all these Christians support and have all on them. And it says in Exodus chapter 20, if you go to Exodus chapter 20, it will tell you, do not have any carved image. It's one of the 10 commandments. So how can these people who claim to believe in the Most High go against these very commandments by even putting a cross on their temples of worship when it says no carved images? Exodus 20,
verse 4.
4.
Yeah, you shall not make for yourself a carved image, any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
See, that's how I know it wasn't an angel, a good angel, that gave Constantine the cross, because it says, do not make an image. And what did he do with that cross? He put it on his soldiers before they went and massacred millions of people in the name of God, in the name of Satan. So you got to understand, all these symbols mean things. And if you look up this next, Ninja, is the cross linked to Baal?
Okay, let me finish this one. I'll look that one up here in a sec, but I hadn't finished reading. It said this vision inspired him to convert to Christianity and support the faith. It marked a pivotal moment in the relationship between Christianity and the Roman Empire. Constantine's subsequent edict of Milan in 313 AD granted religious tolerance to Christians. The vision solidified his legacy as a key figure in the spread of Christianity in Europe. And what were you saying to look up?
Look up, is the cross linked to Baal? Baal.
Let me see. Let me remove this one. Stop that screen. All right, I got to share this other screen. Is the cross linked to Baal? Can you see that?
No.
Okay, hold on. Can you see it now?
Yeah. Go ahead and read it.
It says, to determine if the cross is linked to Baal, consider the following points. The cross is primarily a symbol of Christianity, representing the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Baal is a deity from ancient Near Eastern religions, often associated with fertility and storms. Some scholars suggest parallels between the two in terms of sacrifice and redemption themes. Historical
Okay,
context shows.
look up images. Look up images
Oh, images?
on Google. Yeah, because Google is going to try to suppress this information. When I looked this up, I had to dig for it.
Whoa.
There we go. So, Baal, short for Beelzebub, also known as Lord
Uh-huh.
in Hebrew. In the Hebrew language, he's called Lord. He's in our Old Testament. He has an image. It was given to Constantine at Rome, who claimed to be a Christian. And every single person who claims this image is claiming the mark of the beast, the image of the beast.
Wow. Interesting.
So people need to know that we all in the West live under Roman occupation and influence in all areas of our life. We are all Roman citizens renamed, and Rome is under the Pope's authority, who has gotten his influence from the dragon, Satan, to move the whole world to worship the Pope and treat his decrees as the ultimate truth, except for the rescued elect. Now, Rome came up with Sunday worship. I seen somebody in the comments talking about Sunday worship. Sunday worship is and look up this. Sunday worship came from Rome. It's sun worship. And Baal is a deity of the sun.
Pamela News.
And tell Pamela, if you want to, after this, message me specifically. I will walk you through the translations, and I will walk you through discovering this stuff. This is all new to all of us, so it's something that we all need to study together. You got to go through a lot of translations, a lot of different. There's 3 different types of Hebrew. You got to really study this stuff to find out. But God is not associated, the title God is not associated with anything that has to do with Yahuwah. It was added on to it replace him. Because God is a title, it's not a name. God, there's many gods, right? God, in Hebrew, we'd be calling it Elohim. Elohims. That's how you say it in Hebrew. So, he's not called that, he's the supreme. So to call him a God, or to say that he is God, that's why, what does she say? That's why I agree in theology? Yeah. Well, we're going through history right now. We're going through prophecy and history mixed. Go ahead and look up, what did I tell you to look up? Oh, Revelation 13, 11 to 15.
We're going to have to cut it short here pretty quick. We're at an hour almost.
Oh, yeah, no, we're going to have a part 3 after this. This is going to be the end of it. But I want to end it here with the Revelation 13, 11 through 15.
All right, Revelation 13.
11 through 15.
11 through 15, I'm there.
Yep, and next Sabbath, next Saturday, we'll have another study, a part 3 on this. All right, go ahead and read that. Yep.
Then I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. And he exercises all the authority of the first beast in his presence, and causes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. He performs great signs so that even he makes fire come down from heaven on earth on the sight of men, and he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which he was granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast who was wounded by the sword and lived. He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that image, the image of the beast, should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. Ooh.
Okay.
We're going in it
Under
there.
the image of the cross, many have been killed. Under the false white Jesus, the image of the false Messiah, that he was not white, for one. For two, to have paintings in Catholicism of a man that's white and call that the Messiah and what he looked like, that's blasphemy, because that's not what he looks like. So he said in history, bow before the image of the cross or die through the Roman Catholic Crusades, right? Rome is Satan's seat. Now, in chapter 13, verse 11, it says Satan has a counterfeit lamb. Who is the lamb? The Christians say Jesus Christ is the Lamb of God. If you understand that God is Satan, and you understand that title belongs to Satan in 2 Corinthians 4:4, it says the God of this age, the Lamb of God is Jesus. Jesus is not his name. It never has been.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me? They knew him as Yahusha because J was not in existence until 500 years ago. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got really loud somehow and very clear.
All right. So 500 years ago. So we got a counterfeit lamb that came from Rome. Rome created Jesus. Rome created the 1611 King James Version Bible. Rome created Sunday worship, which is the counterfeit day of worship. And he created all the system, the pagan holidays, Christmas and Easter, which is part of pagan deities. He created the image of the cross. Constantine did, who was an emperor of Rome. Created the image of the cross, which is associated with Baal, which is another name for Lucifer. So we got all this tying into one big system of satanic worship, and we don't even know it's part of it.
Wow.
So he's calling people out of this. But in part 3, we're going to go even deeper into the age of the Dark Ages and what happened there. Because a lot of people don't preach about the Dark Ages. They need to. We need to understand where our Christianity came from and where it formed and forged and all that. Go back in time. But this has been a great podcast. I'm hoping everybody got learned something. And until next Sabbath, we'll be right here. Any questions? Go ahead and message us.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. She says something else. Can you not interpret things the way you want them to be with anything, not meaning to be rude? So she feels like it's your own interpretation. And everybody has their own interpretation. We appreciate everything, Christian, with you too, and your interpretation of everything. Really appreciate you doing this. And it's been really dope having you. It's been a great podcast. I learned a lot. For real. It's time for Betty Vito.
I make big boss moves, any obstacle I'm through. They be hating and it's true, but problems so it's cool. I make big boss moves, any obstacle I'm through. They be hating and it's true, there'll be problems but it's cool. I make big boss moves, any obstacle I'm through. They be hating and it's true, there'll be problems but it's cool. There'll be problems but it's cool. Anytime they wanna come at me, I'll take them back to school. Anytime they wanna run at me, a ninja ain't no tool. Anyone that has a problem can go back and get a clue. Anyone that has a target on their face before I'm through, an assassin.